What's up, Block fam? Welcome to the video. We're going to be riding the Harley-Davidson Pan America. If you guys keep up with the channel at all, you're probably asking yourself, why are you riding the Pan America again? Well, if you guys remember, the first time I rode this bike, I flew to Dallas, got to test ride it. It's only for about 20 to 30 minutes though, on the road, and we did not get to go off-road. Now, in that video, I did say that we were actually working on being able to ride this bike off-road, which is exactly why we're here in Sturgis, South Dakota. So Harley-Davidson has invited myself out as well as some other YouTubers. We got Spite and Whitney from Yamaha. We've also got Traveling Tall. We've got Law Abiding Biker here. Got Matt from the Harley-Davidson marketing. Paul around here somewhere. Pretty cool team. It's really awesome that Harley-Davidson is starting to reach out to YouTubers and get us involved in checking out their bikes and making videos and whatnot. And this is a super cool opportunity, being able to come here to Sturgis to be able to, you know, check out the bike. We've got a trip planned today. I think they said about 120 miles or so, and they said about 80% of that is off-road. So looking forward to putting this thing through its paces. So one of the really significant things about the bike though, it has the new Revolution Max engine in it. New engine from Harley-Davidson, which I went over in that initial video, but just some quick specs on it. 1250cc liquid cooled, has a radiator in the front here. It has variable valve technology, 2 spark plugs per cylinder, counterbalance internally. Like, there's a lot of people saying basically like an updated V-Rod engine, but that's not true at all. This is actually a ground up build for Harley-Davidson. In terms of power for this thing, we're looking at 150 horsepower, 94 foot-pounds of torque. You also have the adaptive ride height. Let's see if we can get Traveling Tall to do me a favor. Can you like hold the bike up and turn it on from this side so I can get the adaptive ride height? Bam. There you go, guys. You see it level down. So if you guys aren't following Traveling Tall, be sure to go hit him up. I'll drop the link on the screen right there, as well as down in the description below. Makes quality videos. Cool, man. I appreciate it. Hey, Whitney, how tall are you? 5'8". Would you mind sitting on that real quick so I can get a shot of you on it? All right, so not quite flat footing. That's what it looks like, 5'8". Whitney from Yamaha. Guys, be sure to go give Yamaha a follow. Spite, how tall are you?
6'4" in my boots.
6'4" in your boots. Would you be able to sit on this so we can see what 6'4" looks like? No problem for you. So that's standing up. You know what your inseam is? 33 to 34. And then with feet up on pegs? Looks like it was made for you.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, guys, we got kickstands up. Once again, big thanks to Harley-Davidson. Really appreciate the opportunity. All right, so this is your cockpit. Make sure we're in neutral here. Through these boots, we kind of remove feeling, presses and starts. Good to go. So go over controls and stuff like that, I did in the original video, but we're just going to go through them real quickly here as well, in case this is the first video you guys are watching of the Pan America and we're actually taking it off-road. Starting on the left side, you've got your high, low, and pass light. Everything indicates on this very large, vibrant panel here. TFT display, seriously huge, like iPad mini size. I've got your cruise control, resume, set, on, off, grip warmers, menu options, so that'll basically go through temperature, range, trip A, trip B, odometer. Then you've got selection here as well, and that's going to take you through the menus. This is going to change your display as well to get to music, some of the settings, home, all that good stuff. So we're just going to leave it on home. You can also press the home button there to quickly get back to home. You've got your left indicator, right indicator, press in to cancel, which is different for Harley-Davidson. Normally they've got left and right, but on this one, you've got it on one side. Horn underneath, nothing else on there. Right side, you've got your mode, so that's going to change your ride mode. We're in road mode for now. That's sport mode, so with the S, you've got off-road mode, and then a different off-road mode. A is a programmable custom mode. B, same thing. Then you've got rain mode, which is going to tame down the bike a lot. So we're just going to stick in road mode for now. You've got your starter, so it's basically a toggle switch on off, and then you press in to start, you press in and let go and it starts. You've got your hazards, audio options here, and we're off. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to these boots. And then if you've got like your phone connected up to it, you know, you've got your audio options on the right side, you know, volume up, volume down, track back, track forward, stuff like that. And then below that, you've got your traction control, you've got your voice command. Even in the boots, the shift up has a very positive shift feel in the foot, which is good. I always mention that. You guys know, if you'll watch my videos, why I always mention that, because if you have ever ridden a motorcycle that doesn't have that nice conformation, like it has a mushy shifter, you don't really know if you've shifted or not. Now with this one, it pretty much tells you. It's got the gear indicator in the bottom of the display there, which is nice. The bike does have the adaptive ride height, so you guys can see in the lower part, it does have a little suspension looking icon which is flashing, which means the adaptive ride height is currently on and working. I think you can actually toggle that on and off. You go through through your menus. Here you've got a couple of your bike diagnostics, which you can actually go further into by hitting that center button, and it will load more diagnostic screens if there's any error messages and stuff like that. You want to go back, you press left, so boop, left, and that's your bike status. It tells you the front and rear PSI, so we're 31 in the front, 38 in the rear, currently 190 degrees operating temperature, and the battery at 15 volts. And if we go over, we get into the settings, which this is going to be a pretty deep dive. If you wanted to get really into these, you got general, ride customization, appearance, Bluetooth, phone notifications, and software, and just once again using all that. So if we go into general, you got your trip reset, date, HD app time sync, you can adjust the clock time, clock format units, you have a security pin, so just in case you forget your fob, you can put a pin in to start the bike, display language, ride customization, so custom A, custom B, hold control, so that's basically like if you're on a hill, hold control there, shows that it's on, now it let go. So you just press and squeeze brake, and now I don't have to hold anymore. And as soon as you start getting on throttle, it automatically lets it go. So that's for like if you're on a hill and something, which we are on a little bit of a grade of a hill right now, so you just press and squeeze and then let go, and it holds you. See that little H towards the top, and then whenever it's about to let go, it starts flashing and it will let go, and now I'm rolling back, as you can see. Super useful feature, even just on an incline like this. Bank lamp aiming, so that's the adaptive headlights. So then if we're going back, below that you've got appearance, you've got screen brightness, dashboard customization, widget. I'm gonna switch over to widget format for sure, because that gives us like way more information on the bike. Boom, now look at all that info. That's awesome, I love it. So we do have an adjustable windshield here, so you basically like have this little trigger, you pull, and you can press down to raise it up a little bit, and it'll lock there. It'll actually lock in a couple places if you want it to. You can like do more like in the middle, and then so we're just gonna have it pretty much there for now. We'll see how it does. I think we're getting on highway here for a little bit. Center of gravity on this bike is awesome, so taking it over into a lean. And the Revolution Max, man, plenty of power on this thing. So the windshield, like with where it is right now, I mean, this wind is pretty much coming up, and it's hitting me right in the top of the helmet, kind of. If I wanted to adjust that though, it's a quick adjustment, lean forward, pull that trigger piece, push down, and then it is much higher. And now it's going kind of just over the top of the helmet. I think they actually do make a taller windscreen option. If you're looking to go some distance, it does have a 6-speed transmission. If you press left and then you press right to change your mind, it actually cancels it. Whereas I know most indicators, if you press left and then you're like, oh, you know, I meant to press right, and then you press right, it'll switch over to right. But pressing right actually cancels. But you can also press in to cancel. The feeling of the switch, it does have a nice click to it though, but it is a little hard to push. So like whenever I'm trying to find it and search for it, it's like I want to be able to like just use like kind of the base of my thumb, but I actually end up kind of having to use like the end of my thumb to really push it over. The rider triangle regarding comfort and all that, this thing is incredibly comfortable. My knees sitting there. I'm not flat footing it when I come to a stop, even with the adaptive ride height, kind of more on the balls of my feet, but not like on the very edge, like tiptoeing. I definitely feel like solid, stable. So we're gonna enjoy the ride on the road here for a bit. I'll resume recording whenever we get to the off-roady bits. Yeah. Alright guys, fresh battery, everybody's caught up. Oh man, that's gonna be so dusty. Oh well. He said the next part of the trail goes more towards like Jeep trail. Really impressed, really confident, multiple points of feedback. Liking it, liking it, liking it. Everybody seems impressed thus far. I'm definitely impressed. Back to next trail, let's get to the overlook. Here we are, this overlook. I'm really hoping you guys are able to see the conditions of these roads because they're pretty gnarly. So I've got it in off-road mode right now, and they have off-road plus. Essentially makes it off-road professional. So if you are very experienced and you don't want any of the rider assistance basically helping you, we're talking the TCS, the braking, because it has linked braking. So whenever you press front brake, you're getting rear brake too, which is pretty nice. But if you turn off-road plus on, you basically get rid of all that stuff. You're getting rid of TCS, you're getting rid of the front wheel mitigation, as they call it, aka wheelie control. Nice. Look at this. Being able to stand on this stuff, man. So good. Man, it's like, this is not a smooth road at all, but like just this part alone feels smooth. Let's take the right side. Woo! Love it. Woo, coming around a blind corner into like some crazy rocks. So the reason that linked braking is so important is because whenever you're on terrain like this, you want to keep your footing planted on the pegs, right? Just in case you need to be lifting up. If you're standing up while hitting some of these bumps and you need to brake a little bit, hitting that front brake, much easier than lifting your foot, changing your center of balance, touching that rear brake potentially too hard. You know, I've been trying to use the rear brake, but then I was like, you know, just use the front because it's linked, makes more sense. Bam, back in the road mode, just like that. Go from road to off-road, no problem. You know what, I'm actually gonna kick it into sport mode. Woo! Oh man, this thing is powerful as hell. Let's kick that windscreen up a bit, block a little bit more of that wind. All right, so yeah, that first experience off-roading with it, awesome, loved it. The bike really gives you, like I said, you know, when we're riding it, gives you a lot of confidence. Traction control and linked braking, which is, in my opinion, pretty cool because that's something that a lot of people should look forward to. Like, you guys know, like, I don't ride off-road a lot, but to be able to take this bike and go do something like that, like, that's pretty cool. If you have a motorcycle and you're looking to potentially get something that goes off-road, but, you know, you're not obviously like this crazy professional that's always going off-road and whatnot, you want to be able to grab a bike and go, and for it to like give you the confidence to be able to do that, and then you grow into it more from there. I think this is a good answer for that because you've got that off-road, which is a lot of the rider assistance options on it, and then you've got the off-road plus, so it basically strips off all of that rider assistance. So you can pretty much go in, you can make custom ride modes, you can dial it all in yourself, slowly grow into the bike, which I mean, that's super cool. There's another bike that I recently bought that has a different ride modes as well, and I've been able to like incrementally like work through them, and like little by little, it's like you acclimate and you grow into basically you being able to handle more and more rather than depending on those ride modes. I am also a big fan that you're able to take off the rider assistance if you don't want it. I think that should definitely be an option on any bike that comes with rider assistance. You should be able to remove it. It shouldn't be like an absolute. Anyways, first initial thoughts, you know, going off-road with it, loved it. It's like I'm really trying to justify in my head where I would ride one of these bikes in Florida, because we have like, you know, trails and whatnot, but a lot of it's like sugar sand, fire trails and whatnot. I just don't think Florida like would lend itself to the full potential of this bike, but I'm really trying in my head to like think of geographically where I could take it. That would be a lot of fun to go with this thing. For here, it's perfect. Man, it just awesome, you know, being able to do that. You've got rolling hills and mountains and all that good stuff. Being able to go road mode or sport mode, throw it into off-road mode, love it. Good job, Harley-Davidson. All right, so I'll continue in our next off-road portion.
Man, it made me feel like a freaking superhero out in the dirt. It was a lot of fun. You could, it has so much margin for error to you just be like this the whole time. Yeah. And the bike just solves some problems for you.
That's what I was saying. It starts to get squirrely and it corrects it for you.
Yeah,
It gives you a lot of confidence, man.
And this is the first time I've actually ridden a full-size adventure bike. Normally I'm on my DRZ, and it was easy. It was work because it's a big, heavy bike, but it was easy.
What'd you think?
Man, that was great.
Yeah?
The ride, the off-road adventure was great. The on-road ride was great. I mean, I can't say the bike is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool how you're able to go from the road to the like dirt.
Oh yeah, with just the force of the bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when I got on those canyons, I put it in sport mode, and it made a world of difference. But right now, it's hot and I'm hungry. I want a hamburger.
I want a lemonade, man. It sounds good to me for some reason right now. Right? All right, let's get some burgers and lemonade. All right, guys, check this out. This is called the Fatty Matty. That is a grilled cheese sandwich. It's a burger, and underneath is another grilled cheese sandwich. Did you get one too?
Absolutely.
Did you get one too? Fatty Matty? How is it?
This is a lot of work.
Yeah. One bite in. All right, guys, tapping out. Back to riding on the bikes.
Making our way downtown. Making our way dirt roads. Back to Sturgis. Got a little bit of a hike back. Oh, shit. Brakes, 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 brakes. More brakes, more brakes, more brakes. It. Woo! Just a little bit. I'm like, brakes, 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 more brakes, more brakes. Luckily for me, I knew I could hit that little piece of grass and be okay. But man, going downhill, you know, totally different monster on gravel. Luckily for me, linked braking. Yeah, so what can I say about this bike? Man, it's a lot of fun, guys. It's really easy for me. I pretty much enjoy any and all motorcycles, but if I come across a bike that I don't like, I'm very quick to speak up and voice the reasons that I don't like it. I'm always honest and transparent. Just to note on that transparency, Harley-Davidson did contact me. They flew me out, they put me up in a hotel, but they have no final say over any of my content. They didn't ask me to say anything in particular. They didn't ask me to do anything. They didn't ask me not to say anything. So it's pretty much like a, hey, do you want to come ride this motorcycle off-road? And I said, yeah. And they're like, cool, like come join us in Sturgis. So here we are. They pretty much let me do whatever I want, just like they would with like Cycle World or Revzilla. They're inviting me to come review the bike, just like as a regular moto journalist. I gotta say, like, I'm a real big fan of the Pan America, guys. The amount of confidence it makes me feel, that's kind of what I'm coming back to with riding this bike. Today, you know, we've almost 100 miles into it, and this is by no means like a long-term review or anything. This is a very much like an off-road, you know, first initial thoughts and impressions. But coming from me, somebody who doesn't really ride off-road much, and there's a lot of the other YouTubers here that really don't ride off-road much as well, it's a confidence instilling ADV bike. The first ADV bike that Harley introduces, for it to be like as comfortable as it is, to have as many features as it does, for it to have a new engine, you know, the Revolution Max, the power that it does, the rider modes, and then the rider assistance. I think it's just all around like a really great bike. And the fact that they're letting us come out here and just absolutely go crazy, you know, in the dirt and catch some scenery that we wouldn't normally see here at Sturgis, I think is just awesome. And it's a real testament to the brand, I think, because they're basically saying like, yo, come out, try our motorcycles.
You know, let people know what you think. Thanks to you guys, you know, hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button, leaving comments.
Overall thoughts on the bike. So I think this is kind of like one of those bikes, it's like a little bit of everything in one. The ergonomics are awesome. I feel really comfortable on it. The rider triangle is great. Power, also awesome. The Revolution Max, liquid cooled, new engine from Harley-Davidson, 150 horsepower, 94 foot-pounds of torque, plenty of power, lots of fun on the road and on the dirt. The styling might not be everybody's cup of tea, but ATV bikes, they're purpose-built, you know. Windscreen to block wind, handlebars to be comfortable, seating position, seat also made to be comfortable, options for, you know, storage if you want the panniers. Honestly, I think my biggest criticism of the Harley-Davidson Pan America is the blinkers. Because this blinker switch, and I mentioned it earlier, I think, this blinker switch is a little difficult. Other than that, like, you know, using the cruise control, super easy, you know, on, set, going through the rider modes, really easy here, starting it up, easy. I had no issues with like usability with the rest of it. It does take a little bit in terms of like, you know, getting through like the navigation, menus, all that stuff. You got great suspension, you know, the adaptive ride height, you've got all sorts of features, rider modes, you know, you can basically have it assist you as much as you like, or you can disable them entirely. So it's entirely up to you. And I think that's a huge perk of it, because that basically allows you to kind of like grow in to the bike. I'm really excited to see what they continue to put this engine in, because it's a winner in my book. I really want to hear it with like some proper pipes though, you know, like a nice exhaust. They've got a Screaming Eagle one, which really doesn't like let you hear it at all. So I want to hear something with like header back pipes on this thing. I think that'd be awesome. I think that about wraps up my thoughts, guys. Like I'm just such a big fan of it. Once again, really appreciate Harley-Davidson for inviting me out to try the bike out in the environment that it was pretty much built for. You know, going off-road, adventuring, awesome. Got to really see a side of Sturgis that I would not normally get to see. As always, if you guys do have any questions about the bike, be sure to drop your questions down in the comment section below, and I will answer to the best of my knowledge based on my experience with the bike today. So, what'd you think? Overall thoughts of the Pan Am?
Man, I think it's amazing. 5 out of 5. I was just so impressed with it, to the point that you may see it in my garage one day.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Whitney, what'd you think?
So much fun.
Yeah, overall thoughts?
I had way more fun than I thought I would.
Yeah?
Yeah. No,
Good?
No dirt experience. This thing is confidence inspiring and such a...
That's what I kept saying.
It's awesome, man. It's a great ride. I had a ton of fun. And I'm so impressed with it off-road, honestly. Like, on-road, it's, yeah, obviously, it's a great bike. But off-road, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Ton of fun. And I want one. I really want one.
Yeah, you're second. Final thoughts on the Pan America?
Absolutely amazing bike. One of the biggest things is adaptive ride height for me. Huge, 5'8", so that's huge. The adjustable suspension, yeah, I'm not going to go over all the specs. Amazing. Definitely the biggest thing probably is if somebody hasn't ridden adventure before, this would be a good starter bike with the ride modes, because
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
you can stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
And then as you progress, you can bump your modes up.
That's
So that would be
exactly what I said.
perfect,
Yeah,
bro.
I was like, yeah, as you like grow into it, you can like start restricting yourself less and less and gradually grow into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't be scared of adventure riding. This bike will get you through it.
Yeah. Matt, thoughts on the Pan America?
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my. It's honestly, I have a road glide, and this is the next one that's going to be in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's just you know, like the ability to go anywhere and to see a road and be like, I wonder what's that way.
Yeah.
And just to be able to go is awesome.
Clearly lives up to the adventure name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you guys have it. Everybody's feedback on the Pan America. Everybody's loving it. I liked it. If you guys have any questions, post down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode though. Go follow all these people. I'll be sure to link all their stuff down in the description. Hit the like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Until next time, ride safe, stay vigilant. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.